Today's adventure begins with the sound of a garbage truck taking care of business off in the distance. You can hear that rumbling. You can also see the beauty of the sunrise over there. Top of the Celebration Theater. Still closed, but there are rumors that something might be happening. Who knows if that's true or not. Glistening sun across the water here at the lake, downtown Celebration, Florida. And I, of course, got myself a piping hot caffeinated beverage from the establishment right over there on the corner. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. The question that I have been asked, well, I've been asking myself and others that, you know, friends, family, acquaintances, those who watch my videos, have been wondering, am I going to the opening day of Disneyland in Anaheim, California? By the way, I'm inviting you to join me on this chat. Shall you? The answer is yes. I will be in the vicinity, and I am crossing my fingers. Well, it's kind of tough to cross your fingers while holding this piping hot caffeinated beverage. Crossing my fingers that I will get in. I don't see there's going to be any issue. Let me explain what I mean by that. I purchased a ticket last year for Disneyland Resort, and because I had the wherewithal to do that, I was able to get into the first wave of the reservation system. Thought I heard something over there. Thought I heard some rumblings. Look at this, the fountain isn't even on yet. That's how early it is. WDW, Burbank, St. Petersburg, Captiva Island, Miami, Kissimmee, Cape Canaveral, and Boston is 1,116 miles away. On the 12th of this month, I was able to get a reservation because I already had a ticket, where everyone else had to purchase tickets on the 15th and get a reservation. Most people, well, not most, but a good percentage of people that I know did get, hello squirrel, squirrels everywhere out here, did get tickets and reservations, if not for the first day, but at least the first few days. So I, as of right now, have in my possession a ticket and a reservation, documented with a QR code, an email, a confirmation, all of that, for Disneyland Resort for April 30th is the grand opening day. And then the following day I have Disney California Adventure. So I'll be going to both parks, not park hopping, one park per day, and that's it. I'm not going to be in California for very long. Flying back prior to then, check on my home that I have in Orange County, California, which sometimes I even forget that I have a place on both coasts. I moved to Hollywood. Well, I lived in Orange County, California back in 2015 and 2016. Then I moved for about a year. I was on the road. Those are the RV days, short-lived RV days. Traveled quite a bit in there. But even before the RVs, I had RV days. I had my van for years, multiple years, slept in the back of a van. It's crazy to even think about. Also, I have given this duck a name. The duck over here, that is a stationary duck. Let me zoom in. I'm adjusting the camera here. Okay, you see there's a duck there that does not move. It is a decoy fake duck. That duck's name, I'm going to refer to him as Howard. Howard the duck. Those who know, know. Classic film. Who could forget? Well, if you haven't seen it, you have nothing to forget, but if you recall the diner scene with the villain at the end of that. It's amazing. Howard the Duck to film. Nonetheless, I digress, squirrel. I'm going to Disneyland. 2 days. 1 Disneyland, 1 DCA. Now, I do have a lot of cast member friends. I know quite well acquaintances that have achieved a cast member preview day, squirrel. And I have been invited to go attend those as well. I believe there are 3 different ones. I will most likely only be going to 1, and that is with, I'm saying that with kind of a little bit of a grain of salt, because I don't know if I'm gonna get into that, or if even filming is even gonna be allowed, or photos. I think that even for, if I end up getting into the cast member preview, cast members are allowed to invite guests, and I have been invited. And if I'm allowed to film, I will film a little bit, but I would really like to save the hype, the excitement. So maybe I'll just pepper in and maybe give a narration over the cast member, if I can get into that. However, it is 100% that I have a ticket confirmed for Disneyland. I'm just like rambling too much. All that aside, put that away from your mindset. Well, keep it in there because I stated it. There's a dang good possibility I will be in prior to April 30th. If, well, it may be documented, it may not be. Nonetheless, the 30th will be documented if I'm inside. And I say if because the whole California resident rule is a very big gray area. Now, it seems like it would be very cut and dry. Yeah, you just show up with your California ID if they require it. Now, the websites, everything I have read, every single thing I have read, if you look it up, states proof of residency may be required. That is the way. Hello. That is the way. What do you think, bird? You gonna make the flight? So bird, they are stating, well, all of the Southern California theme parks are stating proof of residency may be required. That goes for Six Flags, which has been open for a couple weeks, Universal, which has been open for a couple of weeks, and I've talked to a friend out there who have gone to those places, and they are not checking any IDs at either Universal or at Six Flags, meaning if you have a ticket or a reservation, you can just go. So, I am wondering if, because of the amount of people that will show up to Disneyland the first couple days, will the cast members even be required to check or to prove, or, yeah, you're thinking about this. Should I probably back away? You're probably saying, get away from me, man. All right. Oh my gosh, I think there's a gator over there. See the water moving. Oh no, it's one of your friends. It's one of those other like stork-like creatures that... Okay, hold on. Look at this. We got a friend coming in. Okay, now it's submerged itself. It's gone. It had a neck protruded up. Oh, there it is. Right there. Friend or foe, fowl? Is that your friend or your foe? I get distracted very easily. It's just very peaceful down here. Fountain's not on, music's not playing over here. Usually there's music playing and the fountain's on. And there are a lot of people running around through the fountain. Okay, bird, thanks for reminding me. I gotta get back to the subject at hand. Now, I am a California resident. Lived in Orange County for 2 years, 15 and 16. Moved to Hollywood in summer of 17. have not left. Still pay utilities, internet. Well, my phone is, you know, all over the place because I travel. Gas bill and rent that I have paid for the last 4+ years every month, which I have documentation of all that. The weird gray area is I now, as of this moment, have a current Florida driver's license. California driver's license, I do not have a current one at this moment. Now, if that is what the only thing that is going to be required is, then I am out of luck. However, I do have my Florida ID, even though I am coast to coast resident and have the bills to prove it. I could take a stack of bills from my place in Orange County that is only about 3 miles or so from Disneyland. If I wanted to take a long walk, I could take a long walk down there. I think that makes me a resident paying $2,000+ in rent. Well, until my roommate moved in and started to help with the bills. Over $2,000 a month in rent out there. But I don't know for sure. And I am setting myself up for disappointment. And what that means is, I don't know, if I get there, if I get to the gate and they say, no, this is not happening, then I will just go back, take my 2-mile trek back to the homestead that I pay rent on in Southern California, located within close proximity to Disneyland, and say that's just how it is. That's just how it is, squirrel. But I don't think there's going to be an issue. So what I'm going to do, oh man, you are chowing down on those leaves. That's not even food. That's just leaves. What are you doing? So that's the game plan. I'm going to fly out in, I don't know, a few days. I can't remember what date, but I'm flying out prior to the openings. I'm going to go to Universal Studios Hollywood. I missed opening day, but I'm going to go. I have a reservation for there. Here's another thing. Even when it comes to the reservation system, I was able to buy an extra ticket. I did get the one on the 12th, I got the reservation, but on the 15th I bought another one for DCA for the following day and got a reservation for that. So the system allowed me to do it, even though my current billing address, hold on, let me zoom in on this. My current billing address is in Florida. See the duck over there? Howard. I would have assumed that if they were trying to regulate, that they would have done something in the system. That would make it easier instead of just stating may be required. Proof of residency may be required. So I am taking that as any form of ID or proof or bill that falls into that category. That is my proof of residency. If it is so needed, I am going to say, if I was a betting man, I'm going to say that there is a 90% chance that that will not even be an issue or checked. But if it is, I am ready to accept that and accept the outcome that will happen from that. The main reason I'm even really bringing this up is when that moment happens, when I arrive, get in, don't get in, leaning towards getting in, I don't want to have to explain it, how it all went down, because I know some will think, how the heck did this happen? How? You live in Celebration. How did you get in to Disneyland? And that is, for those who are not familiar, I have a place on both coasts, which I've stated. So that's it. I don't want to rehash or make the situation or explain the situation the day of, because I want it to be all about the openings. Now, I will not be going full Disney in Anaheim. I'm just going to the opening day, possibly a cast preview, which might be able to take some photos or film, depending on what they say. I haven't heard that there's anything stating you can't with that. A day or two before, and then the 30th opening, and then May 1st DCA. So both parks, document them, and then move on from that scenario until, basically until late summer and into, well, maybe 1 or 2 days peppered in. But I've got a lot of road trips planned. I do not want to give any spoilers or go into great detail. Those will not be happening quite yet, but could be one happening into May, and then there might be another one into July. I'm hoping that I will do 2 road trips this year that I will look back on as monumental experiences, that not only for the channel but for my personal life. I know the Disney content has been very heavy. I've been laying it on pretty thick. My apologies for those who are not into that. I get it. I can see that. But with anything I do, I always do something, I go all in on something, and then I tire of it, and then I mix things up and change things up. There will always be a balance here on this channel, even though I know right now it's leaning heavily towards WDW, but I'm very excited. I'm a recent stockholder, recently moved to Celebration, Florida, recently renewed my AP for Disney World, and I just try to stay busy. I get up and I think, oh, there's something cool I can go film at the parks while I'm researching, you know, some filming locations, which, you know, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but there are a couple of those around these parks and, you know, later on in Southern California. So there's a lot on the horizon. And I appreciate everyone that's just sticking around, staying tuned, dealing with this mindset, this wacky mindset that I have. I am very difficult to understand when it comes to really what this channel is about. It's like kind of a mixed bag. So thank you for sticking with me. And that's really about it. That's just all I wanted to explain and talk about today. There could be a video up soon from Disneyland. Either way, I will be flying back to Southern California to check on my place, make sure everything is good, pay a bunch of bills. As a resident, you have to pay rent, utilities, even though the utilities and gas, I pay all that online. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, just wanted to put that into the universe. I needed to state it just to get the wheels going. And if I don't get in, or if I do get in, now the reason has been documented. That's the real, it's good to put everything out there. So that's it. Right, Squirrel? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Squirrel? You don't have any thoughts? You just want to like keep digging around for some chow? All right, Squirrel. So peaceful out here. I mean, the future, I'm excited about the future. Now I'm just talking about Disneyland. That's great. I'd like to document that for posterity, obviously. It's a historic event, probably the single most important opening that Disneyland has had since July 17th, 1955, when Walt himself had the speech there in front of the train station, near the flagpole, City Hall, all that. So I want to be there. I want to be there for it. Oh man, I get a little bit emotional even thinking about, you know, what I could be feeling at that moment. So I'm feeling it now. But maybe I'll be standing on Harbor Boulevard with a ticket and reservation in hand and a gray area that caused a little bit of a hiccup. And that would be fine too. I'm sure I will not be the only one if it comes down to that, standing on Harbor Boulevard with a slight tear in their eye, listening to Walt's speech on their phone. But I'd like to be on Main Street USA doing that with my friends, the other kindred spirits, those who have a passion for Disneyland and Walt's original Magic Kingdom and dream. We'll see what happens. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over. You would never get on a plane and head out back to Anaheim? But I have a home out there. Yeah, it's like, you know, close proximity to Disneyland. A couple miles. I know, when I had my bike, I could, well, you're not even listening anymore, I'm talking to myself. Oh, you want to listen? You want to listen, Squirrel? You want to listen about when I had my bike and I would just ride around Disneyland Resort proper? Yeah, I sold that bike. I might buy another one. This Yep, I'm excited about the future too, Squirrel. Got a lot of road trip ideas. Not happening yet, but into the summer. I promise. My life has now resorted to talking to squirrels. Oh yeah, one last thing. Let me just put this down officially. I am going to be taking my passport, which does not have a state or city on it, the most official form of identification, which is still active until later in the year. I will have my passport and a stack of bills from my Orange County, California home that I will be arriving both to Universal when I go to Universal Hollywood, just in case they need some documentation proof, and Disneyland proper. I will have all those in tow. Wanted to add that in as well.